Hello everyone, my name is Ashish Kumar Soni and I will be presenting protection and security features of Linux. Now let's talk about protection features. Those are available in Linux but they are not available in x86, like owner, group and some other ownership rights, read, write and executable permissions, access control list algorithm, file system integrity, SUID sticky bits, etc. permissions are available in Linux, but these are not available in x86. Now let's talk about some of the security features which are available in Linux but not in x86, like user authentication, remote access, which is done using OpenSSH, network security available on Ubuntu, basic Linux hardening features, system monitoring and backup. All these features are available in Linux but they are not available in x86. Now I'll be picking two of them. So first of all, let me pick user authentication, in which I'm going to create my first feature. So Linux provide user authentication, but x86 don't have any such feature implemented on it. Understanding user authentication is crucial because it's a key step in the process that keeps unauthorized users from gaining access to sensitive information. A good authentication process ensures that a user A only has access to the information they need and can't see the sensitive information of user B. User authentication implementation. So if we are creating an authentication system, then we must store all the users in their corresponding password in some way. So we can keep character pointer array to store their username and password. Now think about the situation when a user tries to log in and there is a possibility that the password entered by the user is incorrect. So we should have a way to validate the username and the password. So we can create a function which checks the username and the password provided by the user by looping over all the existing username and password we have. If we get any pair of username and password which is same as the input by user, then we return 1, which means that user exists and user can successfully enter the shell. But one thing to note about that, the user should try password in should not try the password and username infinitely. Instead, there should be some limit on number of attempts. So, there is a need of a variable which keeps count of attempts done and maximum attempt possible. We are going to create a command for user authentication, so need to create a system call. To declare a system call, we have to follow a few general steps. Like in syscall.c, we have to write the function prototype, and which is done by statement like extern int sys underscore rem void to create our custom system call. In syscall.h, we have to assign a number to our system call by a define statement. Now in sysfile.c, here we implement the function sys underscore rem, and we just keep changing the echo flag from 1 to 0 and 0 to 1, means just opposite. We update the create function of this file and pass a variable of as by reference to dir lookup function. Now user h has the function prototype declaration of gets v function, and this function is implemented in uleaf.c, and the rem function which is being called inside gets v function of uleaf.c. Now consider file usage.s, and for creating an interface for our user program to access system call, we have to add syscall in this file because we are going to create an interface for our users. Now observe that whenever we run any command, that then function of sh.c file gets invoked. So here we have to get the command by argv 0. So we will get the command which the user has just run and store the command for future use. Now it is understandable, and I already mentioned that I have to keep changing this echo flag from 1 to 0 and 0 to 1, means 1 minus echo flag. Now, this was how we are going to implement the user authentication feature in our x86 operating system. Now let's talk about the other feature that I am going to implement, and this is file system integrity. So this is a protection feature. Linux provides protection from data corruption features, but this feature is not available in x86. Let's implement the feature in x86. In real storage system, silent corruption of data is a major concern, and thus many techniques are usually put in place to detect from blocks that go bad. File integrity monitoring refers to an IT security process and technology that tests and checks operating system, database, and application software files to determine whether or not they have been tampered with or corrupted. Now let's talk about the implementation part. So these are the plans how I'm going to implement my feature. So I will modify the code to allow the user to create a new type of file that keeps a checksum for every block it points to. Checksums are used by modern storage systems in order to detect silent corruption. I am going to change the file system to handle reads and write differently for files with checksums. Especially when writing out such a file, I will have to create a checksum for every block of the file. When reading such a file, I will have to check and make sure the block still matches the stored checksum. Returning an error code -1 if it doesn't, means if it didn't match the stored checksum. In this way, our file will be able to detect the corruption. So for information purpose, I will also modify the state system call to dump some information about the file. Now what the file is doing. Thus I will also write a little program that given a file name not only prints out the file size but also some information about the file checksums. So I add protection from data corruption, especially I add new type of system call define t underscore checked, which is equal to 4 in state.h. I added a parameter called uchar checksum in the structure of stat. So I need to modify few function of fs.c file. So we will be having checksum variable which I mentioned earlier, which we will use to check if our old data and new data, means old checksum and new checksum, are same or not. If they are not same, then the file is corrupted. Checksum is calculated on basis of jar of all the values we use to compare old checksum and current checksum. Finally, we should test our code. So I created filestat.c file where we need to create two functions, one for the read test and other for write test. We need file descriptor to keep address of the file we are reading or writing, and a buffer which will have content to read or write. Finally, the functions print successful message to console if the function gets executed successfully. So this was the whole idea of creating a file system integrity feature in x86 operating system. So this is end of my PPT. Thank you.